and I wanted to ask you something, guys.
What?
So, what are your thoughts about Genu as a character?
He's pretty.
I think he's cool. Our answers seem flipped.
Yeah.
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 My dad's listening to this and is like, that boy ain't right. Welcome back to Pint Cellar, everyone. I am Jarvis, and I'm joined with Hubrecht. How you doing, sir?
Hello, Louis. It's very good to be back here, as always. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, brother, and it's awesome to have you back on the show. And this is especially going to be a fun episode because I decided to bring back another guest back from On Air with Jarvis. And to viewers of that podcast, you might be familiar with Lady Runesong. How you doing, ma'am?
I'm doing well, thank you.
It's great to have you on the show. I figured today would be a fun episode to bring you on to talk about a certain movie and all, because we've been having this little chit chat on the Discord. KPop Demon Hunters. I just want to tell you guys, all right, I've watched this movie so many times. I listen to the soundtrack at least once a day, but I am curious on like your first impressions. Yeah. I am curious about your first impressions, guys. Like when you heard about the movie and your thoughts after watching the movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, ladies first.
When I first saw the trailer, I was kind of indifferent. I'm not terribly into K-pop and J-pop and all of that, and maybe I just haven't found a good band yet. And I saw the trailer and I thought, oh, this is probably going to be mid or straight up cringe, making a movie about a genre of music. And modern musicals haven't been terribly good, in my opinion. And not that the music is bad, but just I don't know, it's all very samey these days. And then I saw the actual movie and I'm like, wow, this actually is a gem.
Yeah, it is. I really enjoyed it. But Hugh, what do you think?
Yeah, I pretty much the first time I came across the movie, I was browsing Netflix, and I really just glanced over it and I thought, wow, that's the stupidest idea I've ever heard of, and completely ignored it, right? Like a movie about demon hunters that sing K-pop. First of all, much like Rune said, I'm not a K-pop guy. That's not my type of music. I don't know anything about it. So I just moved on with my life. And, a couple of days later, a day or two later, I don't remember, I was, doing some chores and I was listening to a YouTube video while I did it. And the YouTube video that appeared to was a guy that has a movie review, Mexican guy, is a Mexican YouTuber that has does movie reviews. And he actually said like that, yeah, this is good. Like I was surprised how good this was. Yeah, it's mainly for kids, but it is like, even if it is for kids, it's enjoyable for all ages. And I was shocked and surprised how good the music was, how good the animation was, and how enjoyable the characters are. Like, which, the characters being enjoyable and likable and interesting, it's such a rarity these days that's kind of like, yeah, like that's kind of like the thing that made me raise my eyebrow the most, right? Because it's a movie about K-pop singers fighting demons. Like how good the characters can be, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, but they were so good.
And I saw it, and yeah, I liked it a lot, and I was also shocked about how much I liked it. The characters are good. The music, I liked it, and that's not my music type at all. So yeah, I completely enjoyed it, and I was shocked that I did. Like I don't have much else to say, honestly.
Yeah, and it's like I listen to the soundtrack at least once a day because it's like it is really good. I especially like the opening song. It's like, okay, I'm in for something good because of how good this first impression is,
Yeah, like at first thought, it's gonna be a musical, like like a musical of pop singers. Oh, it's probably gonna be super generic, like the most cookie cutter thing possible when it comes to music. No, they're actually bangers. And this, like, I need to emphasize, that's not my music type. Like, I listen mainly to heavy metal, you know?
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really impressed with the writing.
Mhm.
I thought the characters would be terribly one-dimensional, but they're not. And it's not a terribly long movie, but they still managed to shove enough character into them that they feel realistic. So I'm really impressed.
What?
Yeah,
Oh, go ahead.
and I just want to say this too. Like, in my honest opinion, I think it did great. Being put on Netflix first, before, or even decide not to put in theaters, because I feel like if it was a movie put into theaters first and then later to Netflix, I don't think it would have done as well when it was published first on Netflix, because people are choosy in what movie they'll watch in theaters, because things are expensive now, and they don't
Hmm.
want to gamble on a movie that's
Yeah.
like not a Marvel film or something like that. So
Right.
It's the great tragedy of the cinema. Like, I love the experience of going to the movies, but now these days, most movies are garbage, and going to the cinema, it's way too expensive that it's simply not worth it.
besides popcorn.
Yeah. Besides popcorn
And
and
people
hot dog.
crave something original so badly, but they're understandably guarded about what they go see just because of the track record of Hollywood lately and with things being so expensive, like you said.
Yeah, and I think that's why I think this movie did so well when it was, decided to be a Netflix film. And yeah, 'cause it is doing very well right now, and there's going to be a sequel in like 2032 or something.
Yeah, if I had one complaint about the movie, it would be that, and maybe this wasn't intentional, but it's written in a way that like has a couple of blind spots as far as the world building, almost like they thought they would have more time or a sequel to explain themselves later. That probably wasn't the intention, but that's how it felt going through it a second time. So
Yeah.
I'm curious how the sequel is going to expand on the lore, because I think the two parts that bug me a little bit is I see people trash Celine a lot, and they're sort of missing that there's more context, but we don't have that context, unfortunately.
Hmm.
And another being, now that they've seemingly permanently sealed the honeymoon, what what could the sequel possibly be about? Like, are
Yeah.
there
What
demons who
they're
break
even
even
going to
that one?
do? Yeah. Yeah. What are
And
they
that
even going to do then?
Mm-hmm.
and that's even if they really did permanently seal the Hamun, because it's not the golden Hamun, but they rebuilt one. And I think
Yeah.
Yeah.
because the honest I even wrote down the names here in case we needed like a refresher. But the Demon King, it's Guima. I think that's how you pronounce his name.
Guima.
Guima, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he was killed. I think he was, banished back underneath the Hamun. I'm not sure
Yeah.
if he is someone that you can kill. So, and because this is not the golden Hamun and they just simply rebuilt it, I think this is something that they can do going forward, where there is still a antagonist into this, universe, and antagonist into this lore. But yeah, think about Rumi's stepmom, or what would you call her? Caretaker?
Yeah, foster mom,
Yeah.
maybe.
Foster mom.
What did you
A
say her
plot
name was?
hole. Well, not a
Celine.
plot hole. One of the sorry, one of the the blind spots that Rune mentioned. It's like, oh, Rumi is half demon, and I was like, when I heard that, it was like I didn't say, oh, that doesn't make any sense. But after watching it again, I'm like, oh, you're half demon, and I was kind of like expecting the rest of the movie to come back to that, and like, wait, how? Like, how are you half demon? Like,
Well,
your
her
your
mother.
father was a demon. Your
Yeah.
father was a demon, but how does that work? I thought, yeah, like, did Rumi's mom pretty much did the same thing she did with Jinyu, and that she redeemed him? That, like, she seduced him?
That would
Like,
be cool.
yeah, like,
Oh yeah, that's something they just don't talk about. And
yeah, like, oh, you're half demon, and that's where it stays. You know what I mean?
Right.
I was actually thinking during watching this film, I was thinking it's going to be a plot twist where what if Genu was actually her father? Wouldn't that be messed up?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that would
Like,
be
no
like
romance, but just them finding out that
not
they're
the
related.
not the romance. It's not like a Greek tragedy, like the guy gouges out his eyeballs, but more like,
Oedipus
sees my
complex in Oedipus complex in reverse.
yeah, but it's
Right.
like but here it's like, oh, sees my daughter, and she's like, he's my father because he hears the story of her father being a demon. It's like, is he my dad?
Right.
Yeah, I first I thought it was going to be that way, and it would have worked that way, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Genu's and Rumi's relationship, it's clearly meant to be romantic. So
Yeah.
like, unless they want to go the Game of Thrones route of
No.
writing incest into the story, I
No.
don't think that's going to happen.
That's
like,
not what I'm implying at all, bud.
yeah, I
don't
know
ruin
you're
it.
not. I'm joking.
Yeah, I'm curious because clearly something bad happened because her mom died when she was an infant. Where's the third member of the previous group?
Oh, yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
We don't
what
even have her
happened
name.
that made Celine so paranoid?
That could be something could
Yeah.
cover in the sequel. It's like some kind of fallout must have happened.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they could have someone could have gotten killed in a mission or something, like, I don't know, like something like that. But
I'm also
yeah,
curious what they thought would happen when the honeymoon was sealed. That like, did they? Because clearly this has never happened before, at least within the context of this single movie, of having like a demon human hybrid. So I'm wondering, are they guessing or do they have a theory or something that if you're half and half and if you seal the honeymoon, that the demon half goes with the rest of the demons and makes you normal?
yeah, what happens with the fact that Rumi is half demon now that demons have been sealed off, or at least temporarily? Like, does her human half allow her to remain in the material world? Does she lose part of herself, or does she get sealed into? I mean, maybe we're overthinking too much on
No, this is a good
on a
debate.
kids movie.
Discussion.
It's a good discussion. Maybe we're overthinking a kids movie, but if they
It's
plan to do a
not,
sequel, they need to, type, connect the dots.
It's not a kids' film in context. It's just for children. That is not what this movie is. It's people like you that ruin animation.
Oh no!
Oh, I ruin animation, do I?
Now listen,
I think at the end of the day, it's a very good, simple movie about self-acceptance. But yeah, we're a little too entrenched in lore and stuff, and it's hard to turn that off. And you wonder about the world building and everything. So I'm very curious.
You can tell we're on the spectrum.
Yes, because we're focused on the lore. We're Warhammer fans. We love lore.
Yeah.
It's such a fascinating world too.
Yeah.
Also, okay, no, this is just being
Hugh, wait. Can I say something?
No, you can't.
Can I say something? No, I want to say something.
No, you can't.
What if Guima was her father?
Oh.
I think I've seen fan art of fan comics depicting
Oh no.
this. No. Does that mean that Rumi is the Antichrist, basically?
Oh gosh.
Oh
my god. KPop Demon Hunters is the spin-off of The Omen.
Don't feed theories to the people who think that this movie is pro-demon.
And which is something I was going to bring.
It's a secret The Omen prequel. It's a secret prequel to The Omen.
Or what's that one movie? I think it's called Rosemary's Baby.
Yeah.
But I didn't mean it that way. That's not what I meant. Where it's fun making fan fiction theories.
Yeah, it's fun making fan fiction theories.
It
also, is. if Rumi is half demon, even if she's not the Antichrist, that would make her a Nephilim.
Oh.
Yeah, that would make her a Nephilim.
No, hold on.
Fallen angel.
Guima is listen, bud. And this, you know what? I guess we're already at this segment. This podcast episode is called Catholics Review KPop Demon Hunters. And on the assumption that the three of us are practicing Catholics, and that's why I decided to bring Runesong here, can I just say, that there's people reaching that this is a Christian film or it's a demonic film. Let's remember in context that at the end of the day, these are not biblical fallen demons or fallen angels and all, because from how they depict demons in this, I get the impression that these are more of the damned, because they're not like fallen angels.
yeah.
That's how I see it.
Yeah. I mean, there's an entire rabbit hole on demon classification for real life. Like several saints and scholars have done their own demonic and angelic hierarchies on how they think they work, because biblical tradition and exorcists and theologians have clarified that demons do mimic the angelic are a twisted reflection of the angels they once were. So they still have their ranks, basically their hierarchies, kings, dukes, generals, that sort of stuff, right? But I know what you mean. It's not pro biblical demons, but didn't one of the producers or the creators say something about they did insert Christianity,
At least a sprinkle of it. At least there's a
sprinkle of Christianity in the portrayal of the cosmology here?
Or I would say like
that would be interesting.
Or I would say something like, despair and damnation, where it's like, hiding away from the light.
Yeah.
I would say that people calling it a Christian film, if they're saying it jokingly, then that's valid. I would say like, well, it's very clearly Eastern mythology, and you can say that it's Christian adjacent because at the end of the day, the morals are very, very similar.
Yeah, because it's not like, there's their depiction of God is in this film. It's not like the, K-pop stars that through the generations follow the Abrahamic God, or it's not even mentioned. And it's not like, Rumi turns for a figure like this, or prays for a figure like Jesus says, I need your help with this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I wanted to know more about. I wanted to check on that, right? To check on the Korean folklore around the movie. So apparently, the Saja boys are based on these spirits called Junseon Saja, that are basically angels of death or Grim Reapers, basically.
Yeah,
but here's the thing. I googled Guima. And you know what I found out? That Guima does not refer to a specific entity in Korean mythology, or any Eastern tradition. Apparently, Guima is a Korean word for Satan or devil, just spelled backwards.
Oh wow!
So apparently, the whole it's has Christianity sprinkled in is not as far fetched as we think, because the Guima is, supposed to be the devil or a devil-like figure.
That's fascinating.
Lots
of parallels.
Yeah, and what I like about Guima in this is that he's not like, he doesn't have the Dr. Claw voice where it's like, we must stop the sisters. Or it's like trying to be like Sauron. It's like, I'm going to say it's like a handsome voice. Am I allowed to say that?
Oh, I thought I wasn't allowed to say men are handsome, but you can say that their voices are. That sounds hypocritical.
I'm not saying you're not allowed. I'm just saying it's like you shouldn't be emphasizing handsomeness of another dude, man.
That's gay.
Yeah,
you're right. There is sort of a almost screw tape letter take on kind of sweet talking people into sin.
Yeah.
Like at the end there, he's not like, scaring people into like doing bad things or anything. He's like sweet talking them into overthinking their insecurities and such.
Exactly. And that's kind of like the argument where I say it's a sort of pro-Christian film on some what YouTube videos would say, because it's like, could sort of like how someone like the devil would want to portray, wanting to, bring God's people into, damnation. Me saying it that way.
Yeah.
But where it's like, if you can't, you're not perfect, so might as well just run away from the light.
Yeah. In fact, like when I found out about that tidbit of data about Guima, it made sense because he's definitely a devil-like figure in the sense that not only because he's a demon king and he rules hell or the underworld or whatever the place is, but because Guima basically, the way that Guima basically works is by using your doubt, your self-doubts, and your incompleteness against you, and offering you, and telling you that, like you said, like, you're not perfect, so why not even try? It's kind of like, have you ever heard the phrase, like, when the devil tempts you to sin, he tells you there's nothing wrong with it. But after you have sinned, he tells you that there's no forgiving it. So he does that several times. Like when he remembers, like Gino, that remember what I did for you, remember what you are, what you did to your family. The same thing that he offered to do for him. Like he's the instigator, but but you accept it. It's your fault. So now you stay here. You know what you mean? And when he does it with Rumi and Mira, like, you don't have any place to belong, so you might as well belong here. That sort of
Right.
thing. Yeah, like the whole thing about the title of the accuser, the one, that uses your own faults, your own doubts against you for you to manipulate you into tempting to commit an evil. It's on full display here,
Yeah.
And
It's
Sorry,
not
monologue
terribly
for-
overt. It's, just chipping away. The devil doesn't always take a sledgehammer to you. Sometimes he's chipping at you.
Sorry, I went on monologue there for a bit.
No, it's a good one.
Yeah.
Nah, it was a good one, but it is still funny too that there are like some extreme examples where it's like there are people that are like, this movie satanic, you should not watch it with your children.
You know what that reminds me of?
Dungeons and Dragons.
Yes, but not quite. It reminds me of the evangelical and Baptist reaction to The Exorcist. Like when The
yeah.
Exorcist first came out, even though it's a movie that was based on a book written by a Catholic, a very devout Catholic, William Peter Blatty. Even though most exorcists, most actual exorcists like the movie, like even if they think, yeah, that's a pretty good apt representation of the battle against evil, with all the doubts, all the despair, all the burden that it has. Somehow a movie whose message at the end of the day is everything will be all right, because even if the devil is real, that means God and the angels are real too. So at the end, everything will be all right. That's the meaning of the book and the movie. But somehow, just because it shows grotesque stuff, it's a satanic movie now because it shows it. So that means, according to that logic, Dante's Commedia, that's satanic too. The Bible, that's satanic too. There's demons in it. And Milton's Paradise Lost is as well, according to that logic. I hate that.
I've heard some Christians say that even Lord of the Rings is like demonic because it's got magic in it. And I'm like, but you have to take in the context of it because they're using it for good.
Yeah, and magic on the look.
And even then, the whole magic thing with like Gandalf is that he's a angel or a lesser angel, and the context of Lord of the Rings mythology.
Yeah, like magic in Lord of the Rings is called just magic just for the sake of simplicity, basically. It's basically divine power.
Right. And in this movie, the demons are still clearly bad. Nobody's trying to argue that Gima is misunderstood. He's very clearly trying to consume souls and willing to deceive people to do that. And from what I understand of like a very cursory look into Korean folklore, a lot of the demons are just straight up their equivalent of like goblins and imps and stuff. So there is no redeeming factor for them.
Yeah,
But
because sorry to interrupt, but it's like because there's a clear difference between, you know, I don't want to sound into groups, but it's like there's one portrayal of demons in this movie where it's like they have like horns, tusks, and one eye and stuff, which I think is part of that, goblin look. And then there's like people like Genu, and outside of the boy band, there are other fallen human demons. I'm going to call them that have like that black outfit going on and hat. So it's like these are a bit more of the human side of things.
Yeah, a lot of the demons in their folklore are people who have kind of given into their sin and become of the demon species, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Sort of like in some media like Supernatural, where a lot of the demons that are in charge are the fallen angels, but the rank and file demons are just sinners who've been down there too long. And it seems to be the case with K-pop.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that there's that's not, I don't know how theologically I don't know how theologically correct that is, but it's actually not that uncommon of a trope that there's a demon army, and the big ones, the cosmic horrors, the cosmic horror ones are the original fallen, right? The ones that have never been human. But the chaff of the demonic legions, the cannon fodder, are just the souls of the damned, who they're pretty much, since they are now since they are pretty much now slaves to sin and the demons, they pretty much are coerced, press ganged, forced, or just recruited into being the chaff of the demonic legions, right?
Right.
Like if they
I can understand if there are people who are worried about someone viewing this movie and seeing like Genu be redeemed and thinking that that'll confuse them about dogma concerning whether or not people who are now in hell can be redeemed. Like, this isn't about Christianity. This is Eastern mythology. I don't think the same rules apply. And it's just a goofy musical.
Yeah, like it has some sprinkles of it, but like, you shouldn't use a movie. Like, if you're using a movie as your theological guide, that's your first mistake,
Yeah. It's like with politics or anything else in life. Yeah, and also just one last thing. I remember watching this one video. It was this like Christian influencer. She was reviewing the film, and her argument of it being demonic is because of the lineage of K-pop stars that were using their music to fight the darkness. It's because it is a sort of form of magic, and that is kind of like what it is at the end. It's singing magic, if that's the correct word for it. And it's like magic in general is evil. Doesn't matter. These girls are using evil to fight evil, and you can't do that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess then that sort of preemptively condemns my stories, because I've been trying to figure out how to use music in magic as a magic system.
Oh, yeah, awesome. That sounds fun.
Actually, yeah. I was also like, that's a really good idea. I also have been playing around with I want to practice more writing stories, maybe writing some some shitty fan fiction to practice writing before trying to actually write a novel, right? So
that's a good idea.
There's this one character that I like, that I've always heard, that I'm basing that has a lot of connections to music. So I'm kind of like, what if her powers and her magic, or for lack of a better word, is completely centered around her singing? But what I want to do, because here's the thing, I don't agree with the video, but I do like in settings where they acknowledge that magic is evil. And if not evil, then at least so dangerous and corrosive that it might as well be, like, that's something I always liked about Warhammer. Yeah, like, magic can be used to fight evil, but 9 out of 10 times is going to make sure you're one of them. And so the whole dilemma of, should I use this thing at the risk of becoming the same thing I'm fighting, or is the best thing handicapping myself into not using them? and increases my chances of defeat, but without the risk of being corrupted. That's something I really like, because here's the thing. In most cultures, magic has always been seen as evil. Like, people think that's just Christianity, but no, like, even the Code of Hammurabi has laws about the execution of witches. Like, magic has always been seen by almost every culture, even before Christianity, as either something to be very cautious about or something downright evil and punishable by death.
Right.
Like the dabbling of things of, man dabbling on things he should never know, that sort of stuff. So, yeah, like, that's normal. Like, that's historically, that's normal. Like, kill the witch is normal for most of history.
Because being a witch, because here's the thing, being a witch means being evil, because that's what a witch is.
Yep.
Because if a witch is not evil, then it's not a witch. I'm just saying.
Yeah, pretty much.
I have to ask, what's everyone's favorite song?
Can I say two? Can I pick two of my songs?
Sure.
How It's Done, like, the opening song, I really like that one. And I'll Be Your Idol. And I'll just say, because what I really like about I'll Be Your Idol, it is kind of like the silver tongue satanic language that I think has that sprinkle of Christianity into it, and how demons will want to portray, wanting to draw people in.
Good point.
Actually, no, I'm not gonna say actually. No.
What's your
He's doing the meme. He's doing the meme.
Yeah, I'm doing the meme. I just, I realized it halfway when I was saying it, that what it was gonna sound like, and I was like, no way. But actually, I saw an analysis of the musicality of Your Idol, and it starts with chants in Latin. Yes, Christianity is sprinkled in the thing. That's undeniable. Like, it may be majorly based, but that's pretty much confirmed. I think it's Dies Irae.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, I hadn't even noticed before.
Dies Irae, Dies Irae. No?
Oh, okay, that one.
Dun, 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 dun.
To sing that once in church.
Yeah, the one that no.
Go on, sing with me, guys.
I don't know if the lag will allow.
Yeah, but for example, Kyrie eleison, it's basically just saying, Lord have mercy, Christ have mercy, Lord have mercy. And it's in Greek. The Dies Irae is a funerary song. So it's a funerary song. A lot of the lyrics are a supplication for God to have mercy on Judgment Day. So the Dies Irae, historically, since its inception, has kind of, outside of religious context, has been used to denote something sinister, because it's a bit foreboding, because it's a funerary song, not about, oh, God loves me and I'm going to go now and be with him. It's more about, have mercy on this poor wretch, poor sinner wretch, and remember me on Judgment Day. Like, don't count me amongst the goats, count me amongst the sheep,
That's why
famously used here and there in Hellfire for Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Yeah. Ooh. Hunchback of Notre Dame uses it. The Shining also uses it in the intro. Dun, dun, the tonality. Dun, 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 dun.
That's why you must do the Chapel of Divine Mercy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And let's not forget, Dies Irae literally means Day of Wrath. The song is talking, the chant is talking about Judgment Day, on the day of God's wrath. So that's what it's kind of like.
Which I wonder if that's why they picked, why they chose to add that in Your Idol, because of like what Dima's going to do with bringing everybody together to basically end the city there.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It's sort of a judgment day for them.
Yeah, it's sort of a judgment day in the worst sense of the
like
word.
Like presumption judgment, where it's like, not judgment day where it's like, I will separate the sheep and goat, but it's like, if you are choosing to deliberately be goats in this scene.
Yeah, it's sort of a perversion of a judgment day.
Yeah,
or presumption.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pretty much. And like, And I think it's kind of very poetic about this whole thing of Guima as an actually Luciferian figure, in the sense that Guima and the Saja boys are literally making people willingly walk by themselves into their own horrifying torment, damnation, death. Like
Yeah.
they're not being chased by the demons. They're not being forced or anything. They're
not
walking
dragged to hell.
into it
They're
by
walking
themselves.
to it.
Yeah.
It's almost worse than being coerced into it. They're guilted and shamed into marching on.
Mm-hmm.
Wide is the path to damnation, narrow is the road to salvation, right?
Yep.
But that doesn't mean too that salvation is a, tightrope where it's almost impossible, where I think that's the worst thing to think about salvation.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, or for sure, it's a narrow road. It's not a, it's
narrow.
It's not
like an impossible road where it's the presumption where it's like how many will be saved. It's like that's I want to say a vain sort of thing to calculate, where it's like because that takes away Jesus as the savior.
Yeah. I remember like one of the last things, like
we're on a what's it called? Off the path, off the route of the original topic, but yeah, what you're saying,
I know. Like you brought three Catholics together, and I know I love that we're pretty much afterlife. After going into Judgment Day theories
in a K-pop movie.
Yeah, in a K-pop movie.
But sorry, Hugh, you were saying something. Then we'll move on.
No. Go ahead. I think I said everything I needed to say on that.
Yeah, because she asked us about our favorite songs. What was your favorite song?
Oh, right. Yeah, we were talking about that. I would say, and I know this is a really basic answer, I really like Golden.
Oh,
I really like Golden.
Yeah. I love the edits of the movie where it's like Optimus Prime. He's playing, "We're going up, up, up."
Oh my gosh.
I would say Golden, and the second one would be This Is What It Sounds Like.
That was my favorite.
Yeah, like
cute.
And I'd say How It's Done is probably second. It's tough.
Yeah. Like what I like about This Is How It Sounds Like. For me, the main reason is because it's the winning against the bad guy song. That's why I like it. Like it's the victory song against the bad guy.
Right.
Where everyone joins in on the song, and the evil it's like he knows he's falling, and this is his like final defeat, and it's like, oh no, it's like stop singing, and everyone just keeps getting louder. I like that. I like
also massive props to the coordinators for having a musical in this day and age where it doesn't feel like the movie stops to have songs. It's back to the method that the old musicals had, where the story would very smoothly flow into each song and then smoothly flow out of it. Too many musicals today just suddenly stop as if they have like a corporate mandated music video and then more story.
Yeah, that's something joked about in an old DreamWorks, I think it's DreamWorks, or maybe Warner Brothers movie, Quest for Camelot, where a character's like, "Are you done singing?"
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And Has Been Hotel.
Yep.
Back on topic. But
okay. I'll shut up.
Or what about best girl? Who do you guys think is best girl? I'm going to say is Rumi. I'm a normie. Also, that's a lot of hair dye in her hair.
Yes.
Yeah.
Same for Miro.
No, Zoe. Mine is Zoe.
Aw.
I like how chipper he is. And that's weird because normally I'm not really that into the character archetype of the extremely upbeat guy. That
girl, dude, what the hell are you talking about?
I know that she's a girl, but like I mean, in general, like the extremely upbeat character that it's
a little
just
bit hyper.
positive, hyper. But I don't know why I liked her. Like I don't know why. I think she's
adorable.
She's adorable. Yeah.
She doesn't come across as annoying.
Yeah, she doesn't
I think.
come across as annoying. That's the main thing. Normally, I find those characters annoying. Like, their whole purpose is to, people are having a serious moment and interrupting it with some childish stupidity. But no, like,
So that
Zoe
just
never
happened.
comes. Yeah, so that just happened. Yeah, things like that. But no, I never feel that happens with Zoe. So that's why I like it. And, she's positive and chipper, but never to the point of being. It never saturates you. You never feel overwhelmed by it or that she ruins the moment.
Which makes it even sadder when you find out that her insecurity is that she thinks that she's too much for people.
Yeah. I like that also. It
Mhm.
ties back into her character. It's not just a quirk that she has just because. It ties back to her. She thinks about, I'm this way. She's aware of it. And that's something I like. I like when the authors of something take a moment to say, hey, the character's personality is something that people usually think about. Like, I'm sure it had happened to you guys where you're like on a social situation and you're kind of like, am I being am I being too negative or am I being too positive that I'm,
Yeah.
that
Mm-hmm.
am I making people uncomfortable or am I just, are people going to like me if I am this way or if I'm not this way? Am I being am I being too blunt or am I being not blunt enough? Like this dilemma between staying true to yourself, but at the same time being aware that since we're social creatures, we do need to compromise a little bit to make people want to approach us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what's the general opinion on Mira though? Because she is portrayed as the negative one, but at the same time, I don't find her to be toxic. Where it's like, why
Oh,
are you
not at
even
all.
here?
Yeah, no, not at all. Like, it's pretty much the same situation with Zoe. Like,
Yeah.
Mira's not my favorite, but I still like her because she is the dour one, the negative one, the one that always says the sarcastic stuff. But like I said, she never comes across as toxic. She never comes
Yeah,
across
because
as, someone that, oh my God, why do you hang out with this guy? A lot of negative characters do come across as, how does this guy get into this
how are
group?
you
Why are
friends with
these
these people?
people friends with this person, right?
I think it's neat because she's actually upbeat in her own way, but she tries to play it cool.
Yeah.
And she balances out the other two really nicely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if it was just like Rumi and Mira, I think there would be that no. Rumi and Zoe, if it was just them, then it'd be like, yeah, someone's missing this group.
Yeah,
Mhm.
because Zoe is the overly positive one. Mira is the balanced one, plagued by, self doubt. Well, they all have self doubt, but by, the secret of her lineage. And Mira is the, the more negative, sarcastic one. That sort of trio balances itself out pretty well.
Mhm.
And I do like Mira because I kind of see myself a bit in her in the sense that my personality tends into the negative. I'm normally the one with the passive aggressive or sarcastic, the sarcastic comments about things. Or when something happens, the first thing that comes into my head is oh my God, this is going to get worse. I know it. Some things like that, right? So,
Mhm.
I'm kind of the
Mira's
opposite.
fear of not having a place to belong to, like that, because her family was so different from her and things like that. It's something that I actually really empathize with because that's something that I have thought about myself at times,
Yeah.
Yeah, and also I'm kind of like the opposite, where it's like I'm almost careful what I say to people, so it's like I hope I don't come off as being rude or something.
Mhm.
Yeah, I can, yeah, I can see that. Like they are good characters, and you want to know the best thing about them? Okay, so we have three girl characters, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
They're all cute, they're all likable, and they are all friends, and you can tell that they're friends. They have actual chemistry between them, and it's so many, like so often now that characters that are in a group together that are supposed to be friends are so horrible to one another that you're kind of like, again, why are you people friends? You know,
It's
you're
Right.
horrible. Yeah, you're
It's kinda
horrible with
like-
each other. Yeah.
It's kind of like Trailer Park Boys. I think they're just friends out of convenience, or they just grew up in the same trailer park. I am comparing K-pop Demon Hunters to Trailer Park Boys. I know.
Yeah, it's annoying in modern media now when you've got friend groups, male or female, that are so dysfunctional that, yeah, you wonder why they're friends. And it's weird because, yes, you should accept your own flaws, your friends' flaws within reason, but it almost feels like modern media kind of glories in the flaws. And I'm like, guys, you're kind of missing the point. Like, what about the friendship itself?
Yeah, good friends are supposed to help you be the better version of yourself, just like your family is supposed to help you. You do that as well, right? So it does feel like, you know, it does feel like true platonic love in that sense, like the true love of friends. Also, best part, you know, they're not all secretly lesbian for each other. They're just
Yeah.
sisters, and they
Yes.
allow them to be,
It's
you know,
all
to have
right
that
to just be
sisterhood.
friends, guys.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I
Like,
don't.
greater love hath no man that would give his life for his friends. Like, so this idea that you cannot love your friends because love is only for people you want to sleep with, it's postmodern drivel.
Restore the
Yeah.
friendships.
Restore friendship, for crying out
Hashtag
loud.
restore friendship.
Friendship is magic.
Yeah.
Not like
And-
that, no.
And
No,
literally,
not like that.
That's literally in this movie. It's like they're using their friendship to help with their magic.
Yeah,
Right.
pretty much. Yeah.
Such a good ending.
Yeah, it is a good ending. Like, it's a simple movie, but it is very well made, and you know, that's the most
I want
surprising
toys.
thing about it.
I want action
Yeah.
figures. I want toys.
Oh, you're gonna buy dolls?
No, not
Oh, there's
dolls,
so many
action
plushies
figures.
now of Derpy the tiger.
Oh yeah, that's the best part of the movie. I love that they called him that, Derpy.
Oh yeah.
Him and the bird. They're
Derp.
so cute.
Yeah. And I love the fact that, you know, tigers are some of the most sharp, disciplined, silent, and you know, precise hunters in nature. And now you have this demon tiger, but he's the clumsiest thing in the universe. And I love it.
His eyes pointing in different directions, and he just doesn't care.
At empty.
Not a single thought behind those eyes.
No brain cells. Rumi is best girl because she has tattoos. Tattoos are cool. She does tattoos good.
We don't have tattoos in this Christian household.
You sound like an old grandma, bud.
No, I'm an old grandpa. My grandpa always told me, we're kicking you out of the house if you ever make a tattoo. Give yourself a tattoo.
Oof.
Although
No.
he didn't add the Christian part of it. My grandfather's a believer, but you know, as often with Catholic families, the one that, you know, catechizes the household is the mother. So my grandmother did that with me. So like,
Oh.
but you know, the thing that I'm not accepting delinquents in this family, it was my grandfather.
I love that. Like this, like the religion aside, just I'm not tolerating delinquents.
Yeah. I mean,
Well,
You wouldn't.
maybe he was right on something, because a tattoo here in Mexico normally means, yeah.
I was gonna say. Then again, the context is different for
Yeah.
you.
Oop.
And I love is that I have a friend that has 2 full sleeve tattoos in each arm, and you know, like, and my friend is, and normally they don't do this with him anymore because he's so short and you know, and likable. My friend, you see him and he's like, this guy is not in a cartel. Like, he can't be. Like, he's too short. He's too, you know, he's too charismatic. He's too helpful. But when the first time he did them, were people like, oh, we're going to go into this restaurant, and you know, like the waiter comes into it. Sir, you cannot be here. Yeah, you're like,
Oh no.
sir, we need you to leave.
Yeah, I think if I were to go to Mexico and I see a guy with full sleeves, I'd be like, okay, maybe I shouldn't approach.
Yeah.
No offense.
If he
but
gets
it's like-
Rumi's patterns, it'll be fine.
Yeah, he gets rid of spiders, will be fine.
I also like how Rumi's patterns, like they were like that purple pinkish look when she's like almost embracing her demon side, but at the end when she has ascended, she kind of like become this whitish blue color. I like it. I like that.
It's very pretty.
Yeah, it is very pretty. Like
She's
that
glowing.
too. Like they're
That's
all
glowing.
pretty. Like they're all pretty. Like they're not trying to gaslight us into having an ugly character and telling us, "Oh,
Beauty's
this is
on
the
the
most beautiful
inside.
thing." Beauty's on the inside. Like the
Body
first,
positivity.
yeah, fuck that. Like
What I say
literally
about swearing, boy.
Sorry, force of habit. Force of habit. Sorry.
I can't speak
Uh,
without swearing.
I try to speak without swearing, but that's kind of it's kind of difficult for me not to.
I know. I work in
did
a
it for a
garage,
very
so it's
long
especially
time.
hard.
Yeah. I work in a metal, I sell metal for a living.
Oh wow.
So like the first thing that Huntrix does is literally jump out of a plane while they do their makeup. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like the girliest thing possible, but they make it look badass. Yes, girly things can be made badass if you allow them to be. Just saying.
Oh, I wish I could cosplay as them.
That does sound
So
fun.
cool.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a thing that's going to be going on forward with like a bunch of conventions if it's not like has-been cosplays.
Right. Oh, and then that's another thing. Like, just speaking of things being pretty, what a nice, refreshing art style.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and this is also from the same studio that did Across the Spider-Verse. Say what you want about those films, but it's like, yeah, I can definitely see those hands working on this film. It's like this is like the perfect studio to have made this film.
Yeah, definitely.
The action
Oh, and the
scenes
fight
are
scenes
great.
are so well coordinated. Everything looks nice.
Everything looks like it's like it really commits to the K-pop bit, because even if the fights are not all with music, with an actual full song in them, they all follow a beat of music. You know what I mean? Like they all kind of follow a very good rhythm. So yeah, it's very good. Oh, and I wanted to ask you something, guys.
What?
So, what are your thoughts about Genu as a character?
He's pretty.
I think he's cool. Our answers seem flipped.
Yeah.
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 My dad's listening to this and is like, that boy ain't right. That boy is like, but dad, he's handsome. And it's like, whoa, Bobby.
Mr. Jarvis, I apologize on behalf of your son. I try to help him as much as I can.
We'll try to fix him, Papa Jarvis.
We'll fix him.
I think he's a cool character. He's not just a pretty face. He's actually got a nice fleshed out personality. And
at least he is not Zuko. Thank you. This is not a Zuko clone from Avatar. Thank you.
Yeah. Right?
There's like, daddy honor.
Right.
Up.
And he's got such a tragic story, and is a really good example of just plain old redemption. What
I loved about him is that when I was first watching the movie, like I was watching the movie and I was like, yeah, I see where this is going to go. It's going to go, oh, demons are not so bad after all. Maybe we should talk to them instead of fighting them.
Right.
And like when Genu first tells you his backstory, at first I was like, yeah, this is totally going to happen. Oh, my family died, but because, the royal palace would only take me. And then it is revealed that, no, man, you chose to abandon your family and you let them die in poverty. Like, you deserve to be there. You actually did an evil thing, right? You're like, Genu did an actual evil deed.
He did, like, they did say only you can come into the palace and we're going to personally just kick your family out. But it's like he did have a choice of, do you want to come in or do you want to go with your family? And it's like, I want the comfortable life. I'll go in. I'm willing to abandon my family. He chose
to abandon his family.
Yeah.
He willingly did that. So, he actually did an evil thing. It was not it was a misunderstanding. oh, it was out of context. Oh,
They chained me and
are
dragged me away from my family, and it's like,
yeah, or
no, you
oh,
chose.
the demon hunters are actually the bad guy. Nothing of that nonsense. Like, yeah, Genu went to, well, it isn't hell, but basically damned himself for a really for doing an evil, selfish act, and they acknowledged that it was an evil, selfish act. He manages to redeem himself at the end, which is good, but they never sugarcoat the fact that it's evil. Like, Genu willingly made a deal with the devil. No one forced him to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
Something I'm curious about is whether or not he counts as being dead, because he got his patterns while he was alive, and we never actually see him die. So I have to wonder if he was just taken early.
He just dragged from the palace into the underworld, or world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something they
okay.
don't say. Like, if the palace suddenly died and he died with it, because if he had died in old age, I would imagine that would like carry out, wouldn't it?
Possibly, unless like part of the vanity is looking like he's back in his prime, but maybe he was taken early.
Yeah, that could be something. Yeah, and also the rest of the K-pop, rest of the boy band, the Saja Boys. What I find funny is that there's one character. He's named Baby, and he's like probably the most effeminate of the guys in the group, if I'm allowed to say that. And but he has the deepest voice.
It's so funny.
Yeah, I think that was part of the joke. Oh, yeah. You know what? A good joke that I liked about is that the Saja Boys that is is ripped and has abs, and like Mira and Zoe are pretty much always thirsting
the little popcorn
thirsting
eyes.
for him, popcorn eyes. Yeah,
anime logic. I like that.
Yes.
Funny.
The humor in this is so good.
Yeah, it is good humor. Like, it is good humor. It's simple, but it's effective. I don't know. Like, I think that it describes the entire movie. Like, it's technically a simple concept, but
it's good.
Really well executed.
They
right?
didn't invent the wheel. They don't need to invent the wheel, and it's a good movie because it doesn't try to reinvent the wheel.
It didn't reinvent the wheel. The wheel was simply placed in an awesome car.
Yes.
We are simple creatures. We don't need all the bells and whistles necessarily.
Yes, it's a good Lamborghini.
Yeah, it is. Like I don't know what else to say about it. It is. What haven't we talked about it? Like,
we haven't talked about
songs.
We haven't talked about the part where I'm pretty sure the Saja Boys are in their 20s. I'm pretty sure by 30 or 40, it's downhill from there. Twink death is real.
Oh, no.
Boy bands do tend to fall off after 30, after they're when they're 40,
Yeah.
One of them, I'll tell you the fate of the 5 boys, all right? One of them's going to do a podcast. One of them's going to construction. One of them's going to end up in jail. One of them is going to be on like a celebrity show about like staying on an island. And Genu, he's the last one. He's going to get married, get a divorce. He can't talk to his kids. And when he's like 50, he's in a relationship with someone who's old enough to be his daughter.
Oh, no.
Yeah, pretty much.
I guess him turning into a sword is for the better.
All right, he did turn. He did turn into a sword. Yeah.
Oh,
I forgot about that.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, sure.
I think that'll be interesting going into the sequel, is that he technically is still with her, just in the form of her new sword.
You think that he will be able to talk to her, or will just be like a symbolic presence, or will be like, hey, just don't remember to, don't lose me, or like literally sentient sword talking to Rumi, sorry.
I don't know. I guess we'll see.
Yeah, because
well, see you in 2040. See you in
2040.
Or no, it's 2032. I think I'm going to be 34 by the time that movie comes out.
Dude, it's so long. Like, I know that animation is hard, especially good animation, but I think that's way too long. I think it's even for animation, that's way too long, don't you think?
Well,
it's a bit odd.
There's probably no script yet. There's probably no production team yet. and they probably just want to relax a bit. They have to finish Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse 3.
Well, yeah, but it's
true.
still true. But I still think it's way too long. Like when it's Across the Spider-Verse 3, it's supposed to come out. Like, do you guys remember? I'm gonna see.
I don't remember. I hope it's worth it. I'm worried about how the story will conclude. I loved the first one, but the second one was like too much of a bridge, so I wasn't as enthused as I was with the first one.
I like the second one, but yeah. Oh, sorry, man. Go ahead.
Oh no, sorry, but you are right. Where the second film feels like too much of a bridge between the third and potential third film. But
yeah, it feels like a setup, like a setup, like a complete setup of a movie. Like it's just a setup for the final part.
Yeah, but what I liked about it is how they made the spot where he's kind of like the joke villain, but then he becomes an SCP-001 event.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that was good. Oh, so
they made a goofy villain frightening.
So according to this, it's scheduled to be released on June 2027, so next year.
Okay.
But like if we follow that scheduling, that's still too long for K-pop Demon Hunters too, don't you guys think? Like, what do you say, 2034?
Maybe I got wrong on the date that they hope to release it. Maybe it's 31, maybe 2030. Do you want to Google that real quick, man? You have to Google.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, it's been bumped up to potentially 2029.
Okay, all right. It's better than 2034. Like, it's still a while, yeah, but
it's just animation is hard, especially 3D animation. I'm just saying, man, it's not as easy as you might think it is.
I know it's hard. I have animator friends,
that's
but
why
that's
we can't
still way too long.
No AI.
I know it's hard, but that's still way too long, man.
Do you want something good,
or do you
want AI slop?
I will probably have children by then.
Well, hey, then you can take them to
You're
it.
not going to have kids.
No.
We're too socially reposed.
Oh.
No.
Thanks, brother. Thank you for your good wishes.
Except your fall. I have long
Never.
ago.
That's the coward's way out.
Absolute nerd death.
What's it called? Nightingale Club? Nightingale Club is the one about the toxic fans.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I think I heard about that somewhere, but I don't remember. But
anyway,
that's the last refuge of cowards. I will never accept my fall.
I'm joking, of course.
Yeah, I know you're joking, man. Come on, we're friends. You don't need to clarify that to me.
But yeah, like at the end of the day, guys, I just want to say I really did love this film, and that's why I want us to come together to talk about like why we like this film, the whole Christian debate on the perspective on the film. But at the end of the day, movies like this are a rarity, and I'm glad that such rarity turned out to be a gem. So I can't wait for the next one. Yeah.
Same. Yeah.
Same thing. Really, it was a really pleasant surprise.
And with that, actually, I think that concludes our little show here. Is there anything you two would like to say before I call an end?
Not that I think of.
Zoe, best girl.
Where is Shemp? You're Shemp. It's Romy. Romy's best girl. She has sleeves.
Oh, look at that. The pot calling the kettle black.
What?
Hot meets kettle. You're both black.
Derpy is best character.
Oh, we never even talked about Bobby. Bobby is best boy.
Oh, yes. I thought he was going to turn out evil.
Yeah, because...
I'm so glad he didn't.
Yeah, I forgot about them. Yeah, like... Well, yeah, I mean, he was going to... I also thought about that because, well, he works in the music industry. How is he not evil? You know?
Yeah, I thought they'd have some reveal partway through. Like, he was too enthusiastic, too helpful. And I'm like, wait a minute. What if in the third act it turns out he's been a demon the whole time, keeping an eye on them?
Yeah, like this smells like a trap, you know?
And I'm actually... he's a good boy. He's a good boy.
Yeah. I'm glad that he even stuck with them too. Like, yeah, they have the brief scene where he's looking at the app that's like, join the Saja Boy Pride or whatever. But he stays loyal with them. and is very supportive. And I think we need more side characters like that.
Yeah. Yeah, the most unrealistic part is that we're talking about a manager in the music industry, but
Yeah.
Yep.
yeah. Oh,
Is
like
what they should aspire to be.
I stick to my girls, and I'm like, yeah, that would never happen in the actual music industry. Oh,
Right.
you're not relevant anymore? Well, see you, good riddance, idiot,
Right.
Or the singers themselves not doing drugs.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was a fun episode, guys. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll definitely see you guys again next time with the next one. Take care,
Yeah,
everyone.
thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for having us as always. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you. And if you like this video, be sure to subscribe, activate notification, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.